روزي أنا 2 ولا 3 ونص؟
أنا أستاذ.
كيفك هيك؟
منيح أستاذ. الحصة الأول شو عملنا؟ لوغاريتم كمان؟
اكسبوننشال.
function. أستاذ بدنا نعمل نحن بعد شو اسمه بالفاكيشن.
لا ما رح نعمل.
اوكي.
في شي سبجكت بدك تعمله؟
ها؟
ايه سبجكت بعد ما خلصته؟ Did you finish all the subjects؟
بدنا نعمل كيمستري وحدة وفيزيكس ما خلصنا، عنا بعد 2 شابتر هيك شي
Physics 9 chapters بعد؟
بالجي اس.
إيه ما
بس اختي عم بيقول يعني فيزيكس جي اس هين، يعني هن بيرتبعوا ما عملوا كتير.
آه.
وينهم هن؟ كريستو توماس.
Send a message.
يلا. لا سجلين.
هلا أستاذ.
هلا. Where is Christ? Okay, let's start. In an oriented plane, consider a right isosceles triangle ABC with AB equal AC equal 4. So this is a right isosceles triangle with AB equal AC equal 4. Draw this right isosceles triangle. ABC is a direct right isosceles triangle. Denote by D the symmetric of A with respect to B. Denote by D. This is the symmetric of A with respect to B. This one is also 4. This one equal that one. So we have a right isosceles triangle ABC. ABC is right isosceles triangle. D is the symmetric of B with respect to A. AB equal BD equal 4. O is the midpoint of CD, and T is a circle with diameter CD. O is the midpoint, O is the midpoint of CD. And you have the circle with diameter CD. A circle with diameter CD, and it has center O. Did you draw the figure?
1 minute ستيل.
Yeah. أول شيء you draw the triangle ABC right isosceles AB equal AC. D is the symmetric of A with respect to B. O is the midpoint of CD, and we have T is a circle with diameter CD. Denote by S a direct plane similitude. S, a direct plane similitude that maps D onto B, B onto C. D onto B, B onto C. Part 1, determine the ratio and the angle of S. How to calculate the ratio and the angle? We have a similitude that transforms D onto B, B onto C. How to calculate the ratio, شباب? To calculate the ratio, we say dB, we say that BC equal KdB. BC equal KdB. So K equal BC over DB.
Says هيدا أي session.
How much sessions? Okay. So ratio K, BC equal KdB, K equal BC over DB. To calculate BC, how to calculate BC?
Pythagoras.
Pythagoras. So BC equal radical 4 square plus 4 square equal 4 radical 2. Then K equals BC, which is 4 radical 2 over DB, which is 4. We get radical 2. Now to calculate the angle, alpha is dBBC. dB, alpha هي dBBC. To make them to start with the same origin B, I can put pi plus BDBC. Pi plus BDBC. How much is this angle? This angle
130 minus 45 يعني 135.
يعني 3 pi over 4. هذه pi over 4. هذه 3 pi over 4. So pi plus 3 pi over 4 equals 7 pi over 4 or minus pi. It is minus pi over 4.
فيك تذكرني هيدا الريشيو في واحد ناخذ الايميج عرفت كيف؟
Actually, we start with the image. We say BC equal KdB. BC equal KdB.
هذا بالسيميليتيود.
بكل شيء بالسيميليتيود بالدايليشن. clear y minus pi over 4. 7 pi, I can write it 8 pi. 8 pi over 4 minus pi over 4. 8 pi over 4 is 2 pi. I can skip it. We get minus pi over 4. Or alpha إذا ما بدنا نستخدم هذا الرول dB/BC. dB/BC. Instead of dB, I can put BA. BA/BC is minus pi over 4. The angle is dB/BC. Instead of dB, I can put vector BA. BA/BC is in the counterclockwise. It is minus pi over 4. Part 2. Let I be the center of S and H is the transformation defined by H equal S round S. S round S. Show that H of I equal I and H of D equal C. How to prove H of I equal I? So H of I هي S round S of I. هو really I is the center, so it is equal S into S of I. S of I equal I since I is the center, and S of I equal I once again. Since I is the center, let I be the center of S. So H of I equal S round S of I equal S into S of I. Since I is the center, we get I. S of I equal I. Now also we need to calculate H of D. H of D equal S round S of D equal S into S of D. S into S of D. S of D is B, and S of B is equal to C. Deduce that I is a point on the circle. How to deduce that I is a point on the circle and IC equal to ID? Who can tell why I is a point on the circle? From where we need to deduce that I is a point on the circle? What is the nature of H?
similitude.
Okay, similitude. What is the ratio of this similitude? So, deduce that I belongs to C. To deduce I belongs to C, we have H equal S I ratio radical 2 angle minus pi over 4 round S I radical 2 minus pi over 4. The composite of two similitudes of the same center, H is a composite of two similitudes of the same center. So H is a similitude of ratio radical 2 times radical 2 equal to, and angle is the sum of the angles, minus pi over 4 minus pi over 4 is minus pi over 2. So once again, H is a composite of two similitudes of the same center. Then H is a similitude of ratio 2 angle minus pi over 2. Then H is a similitude of ratio 2 angle minus pi over 2. Since H round H of C, since H of C, and we have proved that H of C or H of D is C, means the angle IDIC equal minus pi over 2. Since the angle IDIC is minus pi over 2, IDIC is minus pi over 2, CD is the diameter of the circle. CD is the diameter of the circle. Then I belongs to the circle. So since H, I onto I, D onto C means IDIC equal minus pi over 2. CD is the diameter of the circle. Then I belongs to the circle. I have also IC equal to ID. IC equals to ID. IC equals to ID. This is what is required. IC equals. So far so good. Show that ID equal 4. How to show ID equal 4? How to calculate ID equal 4? Who can tell how to show that ID equal 4? So first of all, I calculate CD by Pythagoras in triangle I, ACD. Then I calculate ID in triangle ICD. So I can say CD equals radical 8 square plus 4 square. CD equal radical 8 square plus 4 squared equal 4 radical 5. هذا استخدمنا in triangle ACD. هاي triangle ACD. Now إذا أخذت التريانجل ICD in triangle ICD. In triangle ICD, we have CD squared equal IC squared plus ID squared. But IC equal to ID, we get CD squared equal 4ID squared plus ID squared. So ID squared equal 80 over 5 equal 16, then ID equal 4. يعني صار عندنا بهذا الفيجر here هيدا 4 و IC equal to ID is 8 هيدا. Deduce that I is the fourth vertex of the rectangle and plot I. Why I is the fourth vertex of the rectangle? Why this figure is a rectangle?
Parallelogram with two sides equal.
Why parallelogram? It is parallelogram and the opposite sides are equal and we have one right angle, then it is a rectangle. ADIC is a parallelogram. The opposite sides are equal. DAC equal 90. Then ADIC is a rectangle. Still we have one part. Part 4 is not required. Part 3. Consider the orthonormal system AUV with U equal 1 over 4AB, V equal 1 over 4AC. Determine the complex form of S. How to determine the complex form of S? كيف بيكون complex form؟
Z prime equal A Z plus B.
Z prime equal AZ plus B. So A equal KEI alpha. The K is radical 2. E, the alpha is minus pi over 4 I equal radical 2 into cosine minus pi over 4 plus I sine minus pi over 4. Cosine minus pi over 4 is radical 2 over 2. Sine minus pi over 4 is minus radical 2 over 2i. We get 1 minus I. So Z prime equal 1 minus iz plus b. To calculate b, we can say S of b equals c. S of b equals c. يعني zc equal 1 minus izb plus b. Zc is 4i, Zb is 4. هذه figure here. أخذنا orthonormal system. Center is A. This is the orthonormal system. B is 4 C is 4i. So B equals 4i equals 4 minus 4i plus B. B equals minus 4 plus 8i and Z prime equals 1 minus I Z minus 4 plus 8i.
خلاص.
اوكي بس بدي احكي عن شغله بالفانكشن لحد هون خلص. مرات بالامتحان بالكويشنز بيقول لنا calculate the limit as x tends to infinity of fx over x. هذه بس للجنرال يعني لكم fx على x. بعد ما نجيب الليميت للf x بيقول لنا calculate limit of f of x over x. إذا هذا الليميت طلع 0 بنقول c الكيرف c يعني admits a branch. بدنا give an interpretation بنقول c admits a branch parallel للx axis. if this limit 0. إذا طلع limit infinity نقول C admits a branch parallel to y-axis. You can add this one to your notes بالfunction.
اوكي استاذ بس فيك تحط number 2 part A. بدي اعمل سكرين شوت بعدين اكتب.
Number 2 part A هيدا أول
بس
هيدا A أول شيء.
بس هيدا الصغير.
في هيدا هون هيدا
يلي تحت
تحت part B.
نو part A اول اسم.
هيدا A أول اسم.
اوكي استاذ.
اوكي بنشوفكم بكره.
يلا بدك فيه.
No. Have a nice day.
You too. يلا باي استاذ.
يلا.